What's up, everybody? Welcome to In the Garage.
Today in the garage, turbine number 5.
Yep.
Yeah. Somebody's phone is turned up. Is it mine or yours?
Oh, it's Dad's. His team drinks.
What's up?
You gotta turn your phone down. I don't know. I think mine was turned up too. Anyway, so we're on turbine
I
number.
can barely hear mine.
We're on turbine number 5. So we finally got it mounted and hooked up, and all those type of things. But the first clip I got was it goes back to the last turbine video we did because I forgot to put in the part where Tyler injured himself with the grinder. You need to keep your hands away from the spinny things,
Yeah, you sure do.
That's why we were notching the wheels
Or have someone
For
hold
the-
it.
for the supports.
It's the toilet seat. Didn't I tell you about this the other day? I have this theory on toilet seats. You should watch where you're putting your junk. It's the short, non-offensive side of it.
Hey. Let's see this clip.
Are you ready for the clip? All right, I'm going to go full screen here so we can all enjoy it.
So you're grinding, doing some grinding things, got to hold it because it was pushing back. Like I see what you're saying there, At this point you could have said, hey, will you come hold this? So I have to put my hand.
It bites a little bit.
There it is.
See, but then I asked for help. See, we learned.
Yeah. So this is another clip now where we're going to cut this piece of wood. This goes into today's video. I'm going to cut this piece of wood here.
Yeah, thank goodness for keeping it all square, right? Just to drop it on the ground.
At least it's straight. So then we're cutting. So we're going to take that piece of wood and we're going to screw it to the wall. And we're going to mount our inverter, the charge controller, and what else? The meter, I guess, to it.
And then, all the things that make
Right.
it go, wow.
Yeah.
We're basically wiring the turbine up to some batteries today.
So right here, I'm wiring like a regular 110 plug to the motor controller. So you have 3 outs on that. They're just going to go to the 3, like your 3
Inputs
prong
on the
cord.
controller.
Yeah, 3-leg input.
That's just so we can use an extension cord to connect the turbine. I put that in just for like any LCD freaks out there because I was peeling off the sticker.
That is like the safety. I was like, what is going on here? We're really taking that off?
Yeah. So here's where we're going to mount an outlet to the turbine, just like a regular 110 outlet. So that way we can use an extension cord. I figured we're probably going to move this turbine around the yard a couple times to try to get some wind through it.
That way, get the most optimum usage of the wind.
So we don't have to
situation.
keep rewiring it. We can just use an extension cord and
that's
plug
smarter.
it in.
That's working way smarter than harder.
Yeah, it took me a minute to screw this in.
Dang,
too.
who got right in the dang?
Yeah.
It's not like you don't tell me not to stick my head right in the middle of the cage. Like, hey, the camera is right here.
I
Please.
told you like multiple times. Even when I was doing this, you're like, come stand right in front of it.
Yep, I know.
I'm like, can the camera see, or is it just looking at your
And
back?
I said it's not, and
then no, you said it was, and then you went and moved it, and then it wasn't. You were standing right in the
I
way
was
too.
right in the dang way.
I think
know.
that's going to show up in a minute.
And
So right here, I'm screwing the charge controller to the board.
So that is the brains. That tells the electronics what to do. The electro.
Well, it limits the amount of power coming from the
turbine.
from the generator. Yeah. It does, so it keeps from overcharging batteries.
That red thing's the inverter.
Yep.
So we just got a little plastic strap, like I think they call that plumber's tape, and we're just strapping that thing down.
Yeah. See. Oh yeah. Yep. This is
Yeah.
where you're set.
Oh, I didn't leave it in where you blocked it. I cut it out. But you see how the camera's moved now because you were standing right there in front of it,
Right.
and then you went and moved it.
Well, yeah, because it was like taking up like all of all the. Hey, Gerard.
Jared's here. Yeah, it didn't. It's all right though. I mean, then we moved the batteries in place, which they're pretty heavy, and they're probably too big for this system anyways. Because I don't know how much that turbine's really gonna produce. The wind doesn't blow that often, you know.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, hey, when in doubt, right? You know.
Yep. Well, I want to get a solar panel for it too, just to make sure that the batteries don't die. But we'll do that at some point. And basically,
So there's me supervising, I guess.
yeah,
That was about the height of my productivity that day.
yeah,
We can only have so many hands around all those mini amps, I believe. You know, it's like too many chefs in the kitchen, except it's like too many flies around. One's going to get grounded out, you know?
yeah. I mean, there's like, I guess there's a bit to wire. You got to wire in your inverter, your charge controller, and then the meter. And then the meter has 4 wires coming out of it. I don't know what you're doing with your finger there.
I was
You're
telling
just
this is where we're telling you how to wire in the chart the shunt. This is the shunt wiring where we're telling you how to wire it proper. That's what the finger was for. Was to be like, this is how you wire our electronics.
Yeah. The video isn't like close up enough for us to explain what I'm doing, so I just put it on fast motion anyways.
Fast motion,
I'm like, well,
Me kicking back again.
Hey, I was trying to zoom in as much as I could, you know.
Clyde's working, Tyler's playing with the camera, and I'm kicking back.
you should film the work.
I was filming the
No,
work.
you weren't. You keep zooming out to Dad.
I wanted you
Sitting
to
on
show
this
that
chair.
you're
See?
he's communicating. I didn't know what you
I
wanted.
know, but
I don't have.
But we have no audio
I
out
have
there.
no artistic.
That's why we're
direction.
doing this.
I'm just trying to focus on faces and.
Anyways, here's Tyler turning
Tyler's
it.
spinning.
This is the end of the video anyway. So Tyler's spinning it, and then I have a shot of me on the inside filming how much watts we were making. I think it got up to like 10 watts just with him spinning like that. So if the wind blows it,
We'll make some energy.
we'll make some power. Yeah.
Well, there we are. So
Yeah, so what do we learn? We got to like watch what the camera's doing.
watch what the camera's
Don't
doing.
stand in front of the camera.
Ask for help first.
Of course,
Yeah.
everything I filmed was lost. I turned the camera off when I was supposed to be filming and turned it on when I was done filming.
There's a lot of footage of Dad like, turning it on and then pointing it towards the ground and walking around with it pointed at the ground. I guess I could have put some of that in.
You know, you keep yelling at us. You're like, grab the camera monkey. And we're like, yeah.
Well, so next time I need to just not work. You guys can just work and I'll just look at the camera. Because like we did film us like carrying it out there and putting it where it was and plugging it in, but all that is lost because Dad filmed the opposite.
I had I was turning it off when I was supposed to be turning it on. I think it was running when I first picked it up, so I shut it off thinking I was starting to record.
Oh yeah.
And then I just got the cycle backwards, messed it all up. Didn't realize it till we were done.
Well, hey, at least you know your mistakes.
Yeah.
I just keep pointing the camera wherever I flip it around. I shake it.
I mean,
like,
I think it
"Man."
went all right though. I mean,
Probably had a seizure editing the video.
they probably mostly get the gist of what went down. I think I don't know. We made a little board with all our electronics. It's all hooked up now.
It's all wired up.
We still need to add scoops to it too.
Yeah. So now we need wind and we can experiment with different.
And we always go safety third,
Yeah. Yep.
as you noticed.
Just after the blood drops.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll just do like periodic updates. That meter's gonna count up in whatever it produces. So right now it's at 2 watt hours.
Dang.
So but that's just from us spinning it. I mean, no wind has gone through it that I know of. So if it goes to 3 watt hours, then I'll update on the next podcast, I guess.
Might sneak out there and give it a couple of swaps.
Yeah.
Just to help it out. Just like, come on, little buddy.
So what are we going to be working on next time in the garage?
I don't know.
Transmission, pulling?
Yeah, we can do transmission
Since we did a
or
live cast on it.
we
Everyone's like,
could.
"What are you
Yeah,
guys
I
doing
guess we
under
should.
there?"
Huh?
I bet Gerard was like, Man, you guys can't play music. You have to go underneath the car. Say swears.
Did anybody say swears?
I think
it didn't even go that bad, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, only because you like had the wrath.
What do you mean?
You're like, do this right.
Whatever. We didn't even do it right. We went backwards a couple times because we thought.
Quit filming up your nose.
I don't know. Yeah. That one will be a good series too, I guess.
Right.
So yeah, the next project is the Suburban's transmission removal and whatever replacement. I don't know. Should we do the putting it back in or just the taking it out?
I don't know. I thought we did the putting it back in.
We probably do both.
We did film it, but
yeah.
All right. Well,
probably to make the story complete, would have to go pulling it out and putting it back in.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll do that.
All right. So there we go. We were in the garage.
Yep. I guess that's it. Go to 2.